most important part about streaming, and that's when your stream is offline. A lot of people think it's
I knew it.
opposite.
I was actually.
I was about to mute.
I was legitimately doing the same thing.
First of all, don't do that. Well, my name is DJ Tech Live. I've been streaming for about 3.5 years now. And to my left, we have TK Breezy, Loco, and UGR. We're going to take a short time, tell each one of us what we do and how we do it. So, like I said, streaming 3.5 years. I do a lot of interaction offline and a lot of prep. I'm pretty much known for networking.
I've been streaming for 5 years, partner for 3. I started in Smash. Actually, I have a co-job of being a Smash commentator as well. So most people end up knowing me from that and then showing up to the stream, which is like, whatever. But either way, that's my thing. I do a lot of variety streaming now as well. And I was one of the first people to introduce Discord to a lot more people. So they've kind of I'm like Discord's like face. Yeah. Anyway.
Hi, my name is Loco, and I've been a full-time streamer for 3 years now, and I focus on community building, and I'm a variety streamer like probably most of you guys here, so.
I am UGR Gaming. I am a partner. I've been streaming for 3 years. I'm also the U.S. community manager for XSplit, so I stream and also work in the industry. So I basically play variety of games, very much Overwatch a lot. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we're going to start focusing on some topics to help you guys out. The number one thing is preparation. A lot of people take that word lightly. They think turn on the stream, make sure they have an overlay is prep. That's not really it. Prepping is making sure that you are doing well personally, mentally, being focused and ready for the stream to begin. Prepping what you're going to be doing, your positioning, your timing, what game you're playing, if you're playing a game, if you're not playing a game. What you're going to actually be doing, what you're going to focus on, if you're going to be positive, or you're having a bad day or good day, stuff like that. So for me to start off with preparation, my preparation starts after my stream ends. As soon as it ends, I'm asking myself, what can I do to make it better than what I've done? How can I make them, the audience, feel more appreciated and more welcomed into the stream? Was I hitting the points that made me want to join other people's streams? Those are questions you got to constantly ask yourself and never be satisfied, but don't beat yourself down. TK, what do you go about?
There's a lot. As throughout the 3 years, I feel like things changed quite a bit. When I first started, it was basically just wake up and go. You're super hyped about streaming, like, oh man, I want to do this. This is my life. And then, as time goes on, you start to stagnate, or you just start to get used to playing the same game. It's kind of like you wake up and it's like, I'm gonna just throw it up. So after a year of that, I was like, well, let me start to really prep. So I would wake up 2-3 hours ahead of time that I wanted to stream. I would go downstairs, set everything up, just kind of let it run without actually hitting the live button. Do everything I need to do, eat, go for a run, anything that's going to get me more energy before I actually turn on the camera. And then I go back, sit back down, and if I'm ready to go, I just hit that start button, and it's time to entertain.
Very important point. He said getting his energy level up. Energy level is important. One thing that you'll know about streaming is you stream for 6-7 hours. Some people are like, man, I got a 14-hour stream today. I'm feeling like I did some work, but I don't know why my chat's not happy. Why they're not, talking? Because you're 14 hours in a stream. The longer you stream doesn't mean that doesn't measure your success. It's about a peak hour, right? Energy peak is what we like to call it. About 3 hours within your stream, you'll notice your stream is at its peak, right? You have a lot of people. That's because your energy up, you're happy, you're going about. And then you have your drag time. Loco, you stream on a very concise timing schedule, right. Very strict. How do you go about that?
Well, I usually don't stream beyond 6 hours a day because I find that as soon as my energy dips, it's just not worth it, to stream a longer period of time. And I spend more time prepping for the stream than I do actually streaming. I think that it's really important in this day, especially with so many streamers. There's a lot of competition, and you gotta really put the effort into stand out and be unique. And I think doing things like creating events and trying to keep your stream, bring something new to the community is ever so important. So I'm constantly working on new projects, trying to think of something new to do, and planning community events and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the important part is actually focus on the preparation, getting your voice out there, knowing people, hey, I'm about to stream, this is what we're doing today, or even before the day happens, announcing what you're planning. If you're planning a big event, for for instance, a screamathon is what you called it, right? Was it that? Yeah.
Scare-a-thon, yeah.
The extreme planning of events, getting your name out there is super important, right? So you don't want to just be like, hey guys, streaming today, screamathon, charity event, woo! And then you're gonna have like the normal people show up. You're not gonna get that extra crowd. UGR, you are very good at Twitter, my friend. You're the definition of social. Tell us how you go about that and have a very successful Screamathon, by the way. Congratulations on that.
So going off of what you said, like when I first started streaming, one thing I would say for you to think about is what you're good at. And when I first started, I wanted to do an event to try to like put my name out there a little bit. So I started the Twitch Chicago meetups in my city, Chicago, and like with 50 people showing up, and now like we're like one of the top 3 like in the world for Twitch meetups now. So thinking about things that you're good at, like if you're good at like video production, I always try to tell people if you're a streamer, like try to think of other avenues you could be doing things with, like podcasting. I see a lot of streamers who do like podcasts. Or talk shows, they can put it on like iTunes or something, another medium where you could get an audience as well to pull in. But like with the Scare-a-thon, like it was, if you guys didn't know, I hosted a charity Scare-a-thon where basically we had 30 casters playing on my channel for 3 days straight, raising money for One Up on Cancer. So a lot of preparation with that happened, where it was just trying to get everybody together, scheduling and mods and stuff. But you got to think about like social-wise what you want to do. Like with my Twitter, if you guys follow me, I'm kind of all over the place. Gifts are my favorite thing. But like I try to, like, it's about your personality too with your Twitter. I mean, like I work for XSplit, and like luckily they don't like harp on me about like what I tweet about, but not all companies are like that. But you want to be mindful of what you put on social media, because a lot of people just put out whatever. And I know like we've seen it before where people don't get gigs and jobs because like what they see, like bosses see on their social media.
Yeah.
So you just have to be like kind of careful. I mean, be yourself, but you gotta be really like knowing what's going on with that.
And social media is really, really important if you're going to stream. Twitter is huge, not only for getting your stream out there, but for networking, meeting other streamers, engaging with companies and stuff. Whenever you go live, include like a thumbnail of your stream. Tag community devs or tag the Twitter of whatever game you're playing, and let them know. Those are things that you should be doing and thinking about before and after the stream. You want people to know when you're going live, what you're doing. If you're planning an event, let people know ahead of time. So Twitter is huge, and Instagram is getting pretty popular as well. And I wouldn't even ignore Facebook either, because there's an audience there, and it's another avenue for people to find you.
Yeah, and there's also it's like knowing your own brand. A lot of people believe that you have to be squeaky clean, and that's not really technically true. It really depends on what you're accomplishing. Now, for most people, it's probably better, obviously, to not be like that raunchy or anything like that. But say the company that you want to work for is also raunchy or whatever, and you're raunchy, and they like what you're bringing to the table. Like that's just how it works. Yeah. But you're trying to approach that company like you're trying to approach Nintendo. They're gonna be like, well, we don't want the squeaky clean guy. And if you are trying to get Nintendo, then keep it clean, because Nintendo does not play. Man.
Yeah, they do not.
Oh my gosh.
They do not use different words. Anyway, but yeah, as they said, very good point. UGR said, know who you are, know what you're good at. For instance, I love to talk, obviously. So I talked myself into Twitch as a host, and been doing it. My first time was at PAX West. I was extremely nervous because it's a whole different ballgame when you do it professionally, right? And it felt like I was streaming, and the preparation that it took to get to that point, 3 years, got me where I am today, where I'm able to speak in front of you guys. I had social anxiety super bad. I could barely even speak. Don't go look at my old VODs, but if you do, tell me. They're bad. But knowing what you're good at, me and Loco started a stream scene show where we want to give advice to you guys and help you be successful. And a lot of preparation went into that, and she has definitely put a lot of work into it. I put a lot of work into it. So, and then TK Breezy with your commentating.
Well, I also do a talk show called Real Talk with TK Breezy.
Well, there you go.
It's literally just a show where you can call in and talk about like anything. So some people will call in, they'll just ask me like, oh, how do you become a better commentator? And usually I kind of hate that question, because it's like there's a lot, but then you always have to paraphrase it to be like, you have to work. It's not really like a handbook that works. If you're not trying to put yourself out there, it's not gonna happen. But then you get other people call in, and they're talking about like girl problems and stuff, and it's really entertaining. But that right there kind of forced me out of the bubble as well.
Yes.
Like I wasn't used to Spotlight or anything like that for a while. It took I've been commentating for 8-9 years, and it took 6 of those years to even get to a point where people were like, hey, can I get an autograph? So, it took me back a little bit, but now I'm kind of used to it. And now, the more people I get to talk to, the easier it is to just, roll with it.
Very good.
I was gonna say something real quick. Like from a company standpoint, like as everybody's saying, like when people tag like us on Twitter, like for example, there's been like a lot of people that I've like reached out to when they do really cool stuff, like In-Game Asylum right there. He does a great cast using our product, and I've tried to feature it a few times. And one of the things I've always tried to do with XSplit is try to showcase like streamers who do really cool things with our product that we don't know that they would do, because like it blows my mind what people come up with. So when you guys do that, we do see it, and we can't always respond to everything, but we do have like a mindset of like, we're at TwitchCon, this person's here, let's have them on our stage. Like I literally pulled 2 people who like were ready to go today just because I knew that they were capable of doing stuff like that. So it is pretty helpful to do that kind of stuff.
And I think that ties into a really good topic, which is networking. Like,
Very good.
most of the time that you're going to spend off stream is going to be networking. And it sounds like a really formal term, but it really comes down to, I say like, engaging on social media like we mentioned, but also finding streams that are similar to yours, that have a similar community, maybe, similar or higher in numbers to you that you can become a part of, integrate yourself with them, and be like a genuine, person. Don't just be like, hey, I just finished streaming. How's your stream going? Because that is a big no-no. Yeah. But like generally, like, find yourself similar streams, and from there, you'll, that streamer will recognize you, and you become a regular there. They might check out your stream, and other members, and all of a sudden, like, people, you come in there, and people have your emotes, and people recognize you. I think that's one of the most important things as a growing streamer, is to engage yourself, work with other streamers. Collaborations are huge. Yeah. It's really, really, really helpful to get a leg up and grow your community.
Yeah, especially nowadays. I mean, the game has changed with streaming completely. It's not anything it was back in the day. It's not a rat race to the finish line, because there is no finish line. We used to get the question all the time, how do I become a better streamer? That was the #1 question. Or what makes a good streamer? What makes a good streamer is someone that has fun, who's prepped, and ready to go. So back on what she said about the social media and networking. When I was bored, or when I felt like I figured out everything, which is never, I spend time on Twitter looking up community managers for every game studio that I really like. Type in Twitter, community manager for Ubisoft, community manager for blah, blah, blah. Get those names down. When a new game comes out, grab the game. You can ask for the game if you know how to do it professional. Let's say on a point where you don't know, grab the game, play the game. Let them know I really enjoyed Black Ops. It was great. I mean, it felt realistic. I love the sound quality, the audio. You guys did a great job. Send them a very professional email or a message saying that, then show them gameplay. That not only puts your name out there, it gives them the need to say, hey, we were looking for, because they may not put that out, that they were actually looking for somebody to see how you do. And putting your name out there with that video is so positive. There's no negative with it. What are they going to say? We don't want it. They're going to see it anywhere. They're going to take time to look at it. Believe me. Even if it takes a while, they might reach out to you when Black Ops 2 comes out or whatever. I know these games are old. I'm just saying. And and they might say, oh, you know what? We saw your stream. And it doesn't matter at that point if you had 30 people in your channel, because that's a positive note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like one thing that recently happened, me and my friends, like we played Friday the 13th a bunch of times, where we did like role plays of all the characters, and it'd be a group of us like every Friday we'd play, and we would tag the game like constantly. And I got to meet the creators of the game at PAX West, and they literally told me like, yeah, we watch your streams all the time. We know when you were playing Tiffany, all that stuff happened. I was like, oh yeah, really? That's a little awkward when I was talking about my underwear and stuff. Sorry, but like people do see that, and it felt good because like they were watching us. They may not say anything, and a lot of companies do not say anything. They might come and lurk, and that's why I always tell people to not watch their viewer list, because like there's been so many times I've gone into streams and people are like, hey UGR, and I didn't even say a word, and I'll leave because it makes me feel awkward. Right. And if it's like a company's coming in there just to kind of evaluate you, they don't want to feel like. You don't want to feel pressure on yourself to be looking constantly at like who's in here. Like it's easier to just like run your stream, not pay attention to viewer count. I cover it all the time. I still do to this day. I don't like seeing it. Yeah. And it just makes me focus on like who is there in my content. So that's why I try to do
Very good point.
Yeah.
Know that you never know who's watching your stream. So in preparations of being offline and stuff, kind of decide where you're going to take your stream. It's okay if you like to use profanity, that's fine. I mean, there's an avenue for that. If you like to be PG-16 and family friendly, there's definitely an avenue for that. But just remember, when you're playing the game, even if you don't like the game, be careful what you say and what you do, because that reflects not only yourself, it reflects your community. And you only have like, a window of 2 minutes for a new person to come in and see who you are before they click that button, you know? So speaking of knowing your audience, Loco, you are the definition of family friendly. And it's just something that you always promote. I'm more PG-16. Tell us a little bit about how you prep for being family friendly, because it's kind of hard to do sometimes.
Yeah, so I guess I'm really just good at turning off the profanity filter when I go on stream. And I guess it really helps to plan events focused around your community. It does pose a lot of challenges, like playing with other streamers. You got to know who you're playing with. You know, if you're with another streamer that's swearing a lot, your community is going to not really like that. They're going to be kind of taken aback by that. You have to be mindful that you might have, you know, a younger audience. So I guess just always be mindful with who you work with, and, you know, carry yourself on stream as you would off stream as well. Like, you know, if you're family friendly, you know, on stream, you don't want to go to your Twitter and then start like, you know, even things that you reply to others, you don't want to start like dropping F-bombs or whatever. So just make sure that you're consistent with your rules and who you bring on stream.
Yeah, and if your stream's not like geared to the whole family friendly thing, you still want to have the switch. I had to develop the switch way before I even started streaming. I was 20 and I got a government job. But like all the people who like worked there, you know, we would talk like it's nothing. Oh boy, you stupid. What? Oh, someone's calling the phone. Hello? Hey, yes, this is Terrence. And so you got to get the switch. You know, it's something that you don't drop after you have it. So sometimes you're talking to these companies, and you know, you may say some wild stuff on your stream because that's the stream that you run, but you don't want to present like that full thing to a company when you're like trying to get anything from it. You know, hey, I'm trying to get your game. No, I'm not trying to get your effing game. Like that. Put that away. Put that one away. So.
And it's not about being fake or being real. A lot of people get confused. You know, you might see me out here and I'd be like, man, I might drop an S-bomb or something. I really don't do F-bombs, but I might say it, and don't look at it, man, you being fake on stream. You say you don't curse, but I heard you. It's not that. Like you said, it's a natural switch. UGR has an amazing time on his stream. I love watching it in the shadows, especially when he's playing Friday 13th on his segments with his crew. So speaking of switches and filters.
I have no filter. So yeah, I mean, I have a filter to a point because I am representing a company constantly, so I cannot but they know me as a person that I'm not going to be going overboard with stuff on social or on Twitch. One thing I've been blessed with is that the fact that I've been able to be a part of a company that is mindful of what I do and let me do what I want to do, and that's why I said it's really important to just know what you want to do. To get into the industry is a great way by streaming. By streaming is a great way to get in the industry because that's how I got my job. Because they already knew who I was and they saw my stream firsthand. So they already kind of had it in their head okay, this kid kind of knows what he's doing. He knows our product. He uses it. And I feel like a lot of streamers have that talent that it gets showcased really good if you just make sure that you do it right. Mm-hmm. But I don't have a filter to the point where it's I can't say anything, but you just want to be mindful of who's watching because people are watching us as streamers, and I know there's been certain streamers who may feel well, I say whatever I want, people don't listen to me, but people do listen, and we don't know who's watching age-wise anything. Mm-hmm. So what we say, they might start saying what we're saying. I watch so many streamer friends of mine, and I say things that they say now because I'm constantly enjoying their content. So we just have to be mindful that we are not role models, but that people look up to us as streamers in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we focus on a lot of good points on, streaming in general, what to do, but the most important thing is your health, okay? A lot of us stream, we have so much fun, we forget to eat, we forget to use the bathroom, we forget to exercise, stand up. I just recently bought a extremely expensive stand-up desk, but it was 100% worth it. I would spend it again and again and again and again because my back, I was in an accident not too long ago, a year ago, and my back is not what it used to be. And sitting down long periods of time really hurts. So I have to stand up, move around, and it's also good because you don't want to form blood clots, all kind of crazy stuff like that. But we've seen some really close friends of ours go through some really bad things just because you sit down for a long time. So physical health, mental health. UGR, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah.
What do you do to prep for health?
I think mental health is really important, just in general. My job, I work from home, so I'm always home all the time. So I try to purposely spend time like outside of my house, outside of stream, like try to do stuff to relax me, try to play games with my friends, because I know when we stream, like we always are playing games, but you don't get to sometimes enjoy them by yourself or with friends. Having that time where you could just like, you don't have to be on the camera, you don't have to entertain people, because obviously like when you stream, if you're entertaining, like you're constantly putting on a show all the time. So you just want to, like, I go on walks sometimes, I do. I listen to music. That's like one of my biggest avenues. I'm always traveling and stuff, so I try to like take spa days to do that, and it really does help. Like right before TwitchCon, like I went to a spa just to like clear my head because so much stuff is happening. But it is really important because like I know that people do 24-hour streams and don't prep right for that, and things go terribly wrong when they do it. So just like take a day, and I know there's a lot of streamers who stream every single day, but you have to take a time to rest, know what you want to do. And so you're not constantly thinking about the competition of Twitch, because it does get to you, especially if you're trying to get to partnership. And I know what that was like 2 years ago when I was trying to become a partner. It is hard. It took a long time for me to get partnered, and you just want to be ready and just prepare well for it.
You know, sometimes preparation involves not doing anything, like relaxing, because if you're not having a good time on stream, like you can't fake it. Like people can see that if someone's, pretending to have fun, or if you're just not having fun, like not even trying to fake it, your viewers can tell, and new people can tell. And if you're not genuinely having a good time, then, turn the camera off. You don't always have to stream. Sometimes I'll end early if I'm just not feeling it. Don't feel like you have to, be there exactly during your time or stream forever. Like that's why my streams are consistently not over 6 hours, because I get tired, and so just be mindful of that, and don't obsess over the stream. Don't obsess over your numbers. It will consume you. It has definitely happened to every streamer, I think. Take time to yourself, and don't lose yourself in streaming.
I was gonna say real quick, like one thing that I think is really important to talk about is that we all still feel this stuff today. Like when I start my stream, I get scared that like no one's gonna watch me today. Like what's going on? I still have that in my head. It doesn't leave you. So that's why I love streaming, because you're constantly always learning. Like we're not like at the peak of like this is what a streamer is. We're all still learning new ways to do stuff, and I know I've learned so much in the last like few months that I didn't know before. So just always know that it's a constant learning thing going on with streaming.
Yeah, and the don't shut out or don't lose yourself in streaming is like that's really big. I speak from personal experience from like the first 2 years I was streaming. I was marathoning in ways that were like definitely unhealthy. Games came out, and it felt like XCX when that came out, Xenoblade Chronicles. I played from the midnight to like 3, and then I went to sleep for like 5 hours, and then I played again from midnight to like 4, and then I went to sleep for 5 hours and did it again until like I beat the game. It was like 80 hours in like 4 or 5 days or something like that. And some people are built for that, but that's definitely not a healthy way to stream. And some of those streams, you could definitely see me visibly getting irritated by like things going on in the chat and things like that, when I could have just turned it off. Now I'm setting a bad precedent on my own stream just because I'm tired, and I don't want to admit the fact that I'm tired. So you don't want to burn yourself out. Everyone always talks about burnout. It's a real thing. You start to get tired of the wear and tear of the normal things that you do during stream, and then it really starts to show. So instead of doing that, it's easier to just turn it off and try to find, or do the things that make you happy off the stream, and then just work at it again the next day.
Yeah, because your body, there is a shutdown. There's a complete shutdown on your body. It may not happen for a couple of days, but when it does happen, it doesn't feel good, and it's scary. I did a 24-hour. I'm not built for 24 hours, so I split them. I could do 12 hours, and I'll split it. I did my very first subathon, and I held off from doing that thing for years and years and years, and we got up to 26 hours because it's the way, you sub, you add points to it or whatever time. And I said, guys, we're splitting it between 2 days. And they're cool with that because they know me, because I made the mistake of drinking an energy drink. I'm not going to say the name. Drink an energy drink. And it was a big 12. It was that big old can, and I popped it, and I was like, oh, I'm feeling great, feeling good. The bad thing that was in that energy drink was sugar. And then I started feeling the pull. My body was pulling me because I already stayed up too late and barely got sleep. Drank another one an hour later. Got scared, started shaking. Know I was feeling weird, but I faked it, kept going. Next thing you know, started feeling nauseated. Had to get up, run, do the bathroom thing, came back, and I was like, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, you know? And I laid down and went to sleep that night and did not sleep well. But I cut the stream off the next day, told him I couldn't stream, and took that time, and never will have that happen again. Your body, you only get one body. That's it. You don't get the refresh, you don't get the respawn, none of that kind of stuff. So please take care of it. And on a mental standpoint, depression is real. It's a thing. Don't shut people out. If you have somebody that you can trust to speak to them. I had to learn that the hard way. I shut everyone out. I didn't expect any streamer friends, anybody to be a real friend, because in this business, I thought everybody was out for themselves. And you'll find out later on that there's some true people out there that really do care. Your chat really cares. But be careful about what you share. But at the same time, don't feel like you can't talk to anybody. And don't be afraid to tell your chat, hey, I need to take some personal time tonight. Like, I don't think I've been myself, and that's not fair to you. I want to be at my tip-top shape, and if you just allow me to be better tomorrow, I'm going to take this time tonight. And it's okay, and they'll understand. If they don't understand, guess what? They don't need to be there. So don't ever short yourself for that. UGR, have you ever had those moments where you felt that it was just time to kind of like completely restart and refresh?
I mean, I've been in a lot of those situations, because with, you know, like I'm saying, like I'm always on the go doing stuff all the time. Like if you see me here and I'm running around, I'm sorry. I'm just like all over the place. But like I do tell my chat like, hey guys, I just can't tonight. And they know that I just, you know what, if I'm not feeling it, it's not gonna happen. I can't fake like being like the emotions on my stream. It's all real. So they're like, if I know I'm not gonna have 100%, I just don't stream, and they know that. But I mean, I understand like when you start trying for like a partner push or whatever, trying to get like a sponsorship that you want to stream more. But if you just want to be able to be yourself, take the time to just, you know, talk to someone, because I've gone through that too, where like I was depressed, felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to, and I reached out and, you know, I got to talk to people, and luckily I got through it. But like we all go through a lot of different things, and there might be someone out there who's even in your chat, like who has gone through that, who can help you out. So it's always good to reach out when you can.
Yeah, they that's that, and something I learned since streaming is that like a lot of streamers, weirdly enough, are like really introverted. And you would think, you know, the opposite. Everyone's turning on the stream being like entertaining and things like that. But once the stream's off, it's like these are the same people who are like, well, recluse down to their room. And I'm that person as well. You know, once my stream's off, I don't want to do anything with more people, at least for like the next 30 minutes. So, but one of the things that like Real Talk has kind of taught me also was that like a lot of people come in and they talk about depression, you know. And so it took a while for me to open up about all the steps that I had to go through to working with mine, because around the time that I quit my job, I'm 28 now, and I quit my government job when I was 24, 25, and I quit because, you know, I really felt that if I had stayed there, I was going to do something that was not good for my own health. You know, I thought, you know, it was going to be it. So I quit, and as people kept opening up to me about their stories of depression, I would open up to them so that they knew they weren't alone. You know, and I think it's like, you know, you really have to look out for your mental health. You know, it's a lot of people think it'll just go away. You know, sometimes it will. You know, sometimes there is for certain depression, seasonal depression, stuff like that will go away as time goes on. But for the mental, you know, for the actual chemical depressions, that you should definitely try to find help for that.
That's
really
help
important.
and also live a healthier lifestyle. All that just kind of works together, and it's never fully gonna go away, but you can definitely help yourself and work with it to be a better version of yourself just throughout, you know.
And there's two things I want to say to that. Work smarter, not harder. Don't stop streaming 12 hours a day, stream 6 and spend 6 hours behind the scenes, you know, working for your stream. And another thing is, you know, if you're finding yourself not having fun or not enjoying the stream, think about like how you're cultivating your community. And, you know, I find myself, you know, members of my community reach out to me and, you know, they thank me for providing a positive, safe environment, you know, to just forget about the real world for a little bit. But I don't think they realize what they're doing for me too. Like it's an escape for me too, and that's because we practice positivity, being respectful to each other, good vibes and stuff like that. So if you're constantly raging on stream and that's your thing and that's your outlet, that's fine. But then if you find yourself, not enjoying the people that you're spending time with, then it's time for a change and, think about maybe, just reforming your community.
Yeah. And a good point of that is, so we talked about a lot of stuff, and I know it kind of went down the line of mental health, but that's just so important. But breaking into the industry, I mean, that's something that you do want to think about, right? Like how many people out there would love to work in the gaming industry beyond streaming? You guys out there, raise your hands. Yeah. Very good.
I like seeing that.
Yeah, that's great. We need that. We need the new generation. And the funny thing is, I noticed this with E3. I used to watch E3 when I was way younger, and I used to be like, oh my God, G4 TV, I want to be a part of that. It's great. Who's doing E3 now? The content creators. And it's an amazing feeling. I'm getting chills. It's an amazing feel. I mean, just seeing my friends just kill it like that. So that's going along with the preparation. Offline stuff, what you should be doing, the content you create, the things you do offline, the building of social media and networking, those are all key factors that builds into this final point, and that's breaking into the industry. For me, people were like, I used to have this thing called Tech Talk, and it was I still do it, on Wednesdays. We talk about comic books, movies, all this random stuff, just to get to know me outside of the video game, because I like watching movies, I like seeing those people outside of the movie, right, seeing what they actually do. So then they pulled me into hosting, and people were like, "You're really good at this," and I was like, "Oh, shut up, no, I'm not." And then I started realizing that I'm actually helping people, and they like seeing it, so I'm doing it. TK, you do your shoutcasting and your commentary is great. So tell us how, the flow and stuff like that. So tell us how you go about that. How'd you get into that, real quick?
That was actually just years of grinding. The Smash community is not like a community that is big. Where you'll see us with these like super big prize pools like a Dota or H1Z1 or anything like that. But there was a lot of heart and a lot of dedication in our community. So we would legitimately do our own setups. Back in 2008 is when I started, when Brawl came out, and we had really terrible setups. It was like a dazzle, and then you had like the little mic that like obviously would peak if you talked any louder than this, and we, but we would just work with it. That was just the thing we had to do. So as time went on, I spent a lot of money going to a lot of tournaments just for the opportunity to hopefully get on the mic. And that's just kind of the grind you have to do sometimes. You have to really put yourself out there, and that applies for more than just commentary. I mean, if you want to work for a company, if they don't even know you exist, how are you going to get that company's attention? Exactly. So you guys are out here. I saw a lot of hands raised up. Hopefully, you guys had a chance to talk to whatever company you were trying to work with, or for. Or even if you're just trying to get like a partnership sponsorship, you want a partnership sponsorship with Elgato, go stand around the booth and talk to the people and, let them know that how you use their products and stuff like that. Don't like harass or anything, obviously, but you go out there, you want to let them know that you are actually someone who appreciates their product or actually use their product instead of just, I see some of my friends, so I thought I'd try it. It's very easy to know that someone is using your product outside of they're just trying to come over here and get free stuff because of numbers or clout.
Appreciation is a strong word. Showing your appreciation for something goes a long way. Logo?
While you're here at TwitchCon, I want to touch on what TK said is, don't hesitate to reach out to these companies and you guys that want to break into the industry. I think that's a really smart thing to do because making it as a streamer is not easy at all these days. So, branching out, community manager positions, there's a lot of opportunities at companies here. Introduce yourself. I hope you guys brought business cards. Don't be shy with those. Tell whatever company a little bit about yourself and get yourself out there. Don't be shy. The worst that they can do is just say no. But this, that could lead to opportunities and quality networking. Maybe, that company doesn't have a position open, but they heard, their friends at this company has something. You just never know what opportunities can open, unless you don't say anything at all.
Absolutely. Yeah, people talk, even though it could be Elgato versus, or it could be, let's say, OBS and XSplit. Just because they're competition doesn't mean they're not friends. So they will talk. So you got any advice?
Well, like from my experience, I've seen so many of my streamer friends actually, like I said earlier, like transition from streamer into the industry. That's actually how I got my job, was from being a streamer. And, you know, streaming obviously has now changed a lot, and a lot of companies are seeing, like, you know, a lot of streamers, you do community management by just, like, having a community in a Discord and talking to people. Like, that's a great way of doing stuff, or events. Like, I always, on my Twitter, I retweet, like, any kind of, like, job opportunity I see that would fill the content creator at any point. Because when I started this, like, you wouldn't hear of a streamer like working for like Ubisoft or anybody, and now it's possible. They have jobs that they've come up with, like special like streaming stuff that they do. Like when someone's on their channel, they have someone who is streaming on their channel now. So it's always just kind of be aware of those jobs. And yeah, for sure, if you're here at TwitchCon, find a company that you like, and if they're here, talk to them, because this is a great opportunity to meet them face to face instead of an email. Because I know I get a lot of emails from a lot of people, and I don't like have a connection with them, but I'll work with them. But when I meet them in person, it's so much easier to see their content, know who they are, and like if I need them, boom, let me call you up. I got you.
Absolutely. So to close that thought out, and then we're gonna open up to questions. Make sure you don't just shove a card in their face. Talk to them. They're human beings at the end of the day, even though you look at them like gods or whatever, because they make your favorite game. Just go up. Just go up to them and say, "Hey, my name is such and such. I absolutely love this game." Tell them why you love the game, because excitement always opens the door, right? It makes it more comfortable. And then say, "I'm a streamer. I'm not the biggest, but I love your game, and I know that I'm going to be doing reviews on this. I'm going to be doing segments on it." We had someone like that do that, and now she's speaking at Ubisoft like all the time. And in Montreal, they'll fly you out and they'll do stuff like that. So don't be afraid. Now, so we're going to open the floor to some questions, and the way these are going to work is you have a question, you come to the mic, we'll point at you, come to the mic, and you speak it. We want to give you a little bit more time than 15 minutes because I know you guys probably have questions. So we'll just open it up to the floor right now. So if you just want to raise your hand, and we'll start calling on you. Anybody got questions? Okay.
First off, what's up, TK? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Ryan?
One thing I was hoping.
Introduce yourself and everything. Pull the mic up a little bit closer. You're a little
Sure.
tall.
Hey, everybody. Ryan Yags, Twitch partner. I came here hoping to develop my list for what I do after my stream. When I hit my stop streaming button, I don't jump out of my chair and go do something. Actually, maybe a little food. But anyway, after that, I get back in the chair and I do an appreciative tweet. Get my highlights if I want them, upload a YouTube video, maybe make a GIF to highlight that. And so I wanted to ask you guys to share what you guys do after your stream so I can add them to my list.
Okay. First of all, don't feel like you have to do it all by yourself. That's the mistake I made, because that's a lot of stuff to do, like right then and there. You're probably burnt out from streaming, right? So if you have a community where people are like very trustworthy, you got like really good mods or something, feel free to say, "Hey guys, I had a really good stream today. Can you guys pick some clips that you like the best or whatever like that?" Because the more time you free up for yourself after stream, the better you're going to be productive. That's how I go about it.
Yeah, I do the same thing with the whole clips thing, but also if there's an idea that hit me during the stream, if I don't do it immediately after the stream, I'm most likely going to forget it. So I'll immediately, I have a soundboard, and I'm always putting different sounds on it, just to meme out or whatever. And if something hit me, I will immediately go find that sound, cut it to what I needed to do, and then put it on the soundboard for the next stream that I'll do. Even if it's I had to put something on the board today, or not today, but the last stream that I did right before I came to TwitchCon. So I won't get to use it for 5 days, but it's there, and I won't have to worry about having to do it when I get up the next day. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say your moderation team is should be tight. One of my mods is actually here. She's back there. I see her. I have really great mods who if a clip happens on my stream, they post it in there, and most of the time I'll just use that clip to post on Twitter, because obviously not every single person who follows me on Twitch is gonna see it. If they follow me on Twitter, they'll see, "Oh, I missed that. I'll go watch the VOD of that happening." So having your moderators being involved that way is a really good way to get them involved, and you don't have to do all the work yourself. Because I feel when you grow a community, you grow people who want to help you, and they get to get stuff themselves as well.
Yeah.
From helping out.
Clips and highlights are huge. I don't know if you guys went to the keynote, but they shared the top clip of the year. That's free advertising. Use your social media, tweet it out. You never know if that'll catch on. I'm sure there's a couple of Reddit subreddits that you can go to share that kind of stuff as well. But highlights are an opportunity for you to showcase the best of your stream and show people what you're all about. And it's a really useful tool. So that's a good list that you have. I recommend like, spend time with your community off stream as well. If you guys use
very
like
good.
the Curse server thingy, there's also Discord. I don't know how I'll say that, but there's great community. There's great community tools that you guys can use to bring your community off stream, have them get to know each other. I think that creating community servers on a game, we have a community ARC server that's really popular even when we're not playing it. It's a great way to, get people to know each other and continue to grow your community. So just, engage your audience off stream as well. And it makes them feel like, they're a part of something more than just like a channel that they come into, every now and then.
That's such a great point. Like, well, I would say this is on the stream, but what I recently started doing was playing games like people in my community. So we're playing Overwatch now, like every Wednesday. We start off with Overwatch and we move on to other like multiplayer games like Pub and all that kind of stuff. And it gets people involved who usually talk, but they actually get to play with me and each other and get to learn about each other. Because especially with times like if a streamer's gone at a convention, you want your community to still be like interactive with each other without you being there. And there's been times I've walked into like a server and I see like everybody still talking and I'm not even there. And I love seeing that. So just keeping that up is pretty cool.
Any other questions? Yes, sir. Yeah, come on up, introduce
yeah.
yourself, tell us your screen name.
Also, are you standing in the back because there's no chairs, or you also have a question? Okay, you can go after him. I just want to make sure I
didn't
can
even
tell.
see you. I'm sorry.
Also,
Well,
Discord.
I guess if people want to walk, why don't you
Yeah,
walk up
yeah.
there? Like if you have
Actually,
questions, everybody walk up to the microphone. And
Yeah.
That's no.
It's
You're,
fine.
you're
All right,
fine.
cool.
That's a good idea. If you have a question, let's go ahead and get a line going.
Yeah, so you guys don't have to get, just start.
That's
with mine.
oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
very
easy.
easy.
yeah.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yo, nice mohawk, by the way, man. That's fresh.
Hey, Damage and Doc, I'm smaller streamer. So I guess my question for you, I mean, it's great. His question was geared more towards, I think, a bigger community. Whereas myself, I don't have that moderation team. I have a couple people that are in there, but, as far as what I could do to help grow, afterward, because it is just me for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much everything we talked about. To be honest with you, what growth is exposure at the end of the day, and that's something that a lot of people don't get. They think bigger numbers is the only way to do it. It's not. You don't get bigger numbers unless you expose yourself.
Right.
And expose yourself, create a Twitter, get all those social medias out there. Make sure your tags match each other. Don't be Killer Stripe 145 on Twitter and be like Lazy Sloth, 85 on Instagram.
Right.
You want to have them match all the way across the board because it's easier to find. They'll be like, man, he's got some really cool Instagram. What if he has a Twitter? Oh, there he is. It's easier to find that way, and put your name out there. Even if you're at, this is perfect. You're at TwitchCon, take pictures, take lots of pictures, put it out there because Instagram is so good right now with pictures. And people are starting to look at Instagram every day. So definitely that, Snapchat, there's so much, man.
Yeah, and
So-
we mentioned this earlier, but networking should be most of your time spent. So
Yeah. Right.
go find streams that you like that match what you're doing. Spend time there. You want to be checking into these streams regularly. Becoming like a member of those communities and. Reach out to other streamers that are around your level or that you're friends with. Try to come up with some things that you guys can do together and share your communities. Like you guys are, you're both trying to grow. So, work together on that. Like, find people that you can work with.
Yeah, and sometimes it makes it a little easier actually when you're smaller because you don't have some of the stuff that you would definitely delegate down to other people. You can handle because it's not such a such a big thing. Like, you don't have to have 6 or 7 mods in your chat yet because, you don't have a bunch of people spamming things they shouldn't be spamming. However, it does allow you to start setting up for when you get bigger, seeing that you'll be able to see who your regulars are. These guys who've been watching you since you had, 1,000 followers or anything like that. These guys are going to be the guys that you end up trying to mod because they know they know how you stream, they know how your stream atmosphere. So whenever, say that you're doing something, you get a host or something, you have like 1,000 people, someone saying something you don't like, you might not even get a chance to see it because someone else knows you didn't like that and they banned it before it even came through.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And another question for you, Jerry. You mentioned, don't focus on the numbers, and I try not to do that myself.
Yeah.
But I'm very welcoming when people come in, and I'm small enough now that I can still see when new people
Yeah.
pop in, and I just say hi, how you doing? I don't, but is that something I should
Only
continue?
if they say
or-
something first.
Wait for them to
Oh,
speak.
wait, can I
Don't
say
call
one
out
thing
lurkers.
real quick? Please don't have welcome bots, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't have
do that.
that.
Don't have that.
Don't
Don't
have
do
that. because that's
Yeah.
the easiest way for me to leave. Just saying. All right, I just thought about that. That does not, like, I'm sorry, that does not,
It's creepy. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It's kind of
There's-
scary. There's no matter how big or
It's a
small you
personal
are,
thing.
it's
I don't
unwelcoming.
think that helps
Don't-
like seeing people like
Yeah.
coming in the chat and following because it makes people who may lurk, and a lot of people lurk. I lurk in a lot of people's chat. A lot of people think I'm not there, but I lurk a lot. So when I'm like I go into a room, it's like, hey, GR Gaming, I'm out. That's like I don't like that. So please no welcome bots, but like I'm gonna bring up our favorite word, which I'm sad it hasn't come up yet. Opportunity. I just tweeted about this like a few days ago about like there's a lot of smaller casters who have great communities, and a lot of in general indie companies like look for streamers in general, and they're trying to get exposure to their channel. Always looking for people, and I know with my job, I'm constantly looking for streamers who want to play variety of different games, no matter what the size is. So if I know that like you stream this kind of genre game and you're like already talked to you, I'll think about you and like send it over your way, and then free promotion that way, saying like, oh, XSplit, you're playing this game for us, like here's a tweet. There's a lot of opportunities out there that like if you find them, try to get it if you can. But you just have to be mindful if you're willing to do certain things. I've done stuff for free. I've done that. I've done stuff paid before. But when you're a smaller caster, you're not going to have that opportunity to get paid. So that's why I preach this a lot, because a lot of things I did for free opened up a big opportunities for me later. Like I would not be sitting here if there was an opportunity I didn't take for free. I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Cool.
So yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Next question.
Hey guys, my name is V Batra, and I'm a Twitch developer. So I had a question for all you guys. So we talked a lot about social media and different channels. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
All right. So we
Just
talked a lot
listening
about
into it.
social media, and there's lots of different channels, of course, you mentioned. There was Facebook, Instagram, Reddit. So how do you sort of decide what channels to use? How do you track them and manage all these different communities? And also from a development perspective, is there anything you guys think that developers could do to help you with that process?
Oh,
Are we you trying to figure out how to track all your social media accounts?
right.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, I mean this, and this is like whack to say, but there's definitely a ranking on which system is better
There
than what.
is.
So
Yeah.
I always start with Twitter,
Yep.
and then Instagram, and then Facebook.
Yeah.
And then like anything under that, I mean, if I have it, I'll use it. But those are like the big three. It's your community. It's easier for people to reach out to you on Twitter because it's really just a tag, and I need to say what I say, and there it is. Facebook, you'll end up getting messages from some people at times, and because it's a page, like sometimes I won't see it for like days,
Yeah.
and then by the time I see it, I'm like, oh, well, is it too late? Or I'm still trying to answer back, but I mean, it happens. And then Instagram, I think those are more for like updates that are easier for people to see if they're big Instagram users. Because some people do use Instagram more than Twitter, but the majority of the people here most likely use Twitter as their first choice
Yeah.
for social media.
And a nice little tip for those who don't like to use Facebook like me, you can set it up for your Twitter to automatically post tweets to your Facebook.
Yeah, that
So
too.
when I go live, I'm only tweeting to Twitter, and then it goes on Facebook as well. And then my mods use my undisclosed community tool to let everyone know that I'm live as well. So I guess, yeah, Twitter and Instagram definitely the best ones to use. And there's some tools out there to sync all that together, too, to save some time.
All right. Next question. You, sir.
All right. I'm Antayami. I'm working on how to develop a schedule. I figured out how to do that while being live. Like I go on every day, like 7:30 at a certain time.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's a great way to use your time when you're not streaming. So what do you guys do to put yourself out there? Are you guys on different channels? Are you guys helping one another? Are you guys doing one-on-ones with people to maybe make them feel comfortable? Maybe you see them having an off day and you want to have a one-on-one. What are you guys are doing to put yourself out there when you're not streaming to kind of put yourself on the map, if that makes sense?
Yeah. I mean, again, social media. I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be the bane of everything. Be positive on your social media. Try not to be negative. Even if you're having a bad day, try not to be negative, because the last thing a company or somebody that wants to watch a stream have been told about you want to see is you being negative. Especially when you don't talk about the brand in a negative way that you're on either. Like, don't sit there and be like, man, Twitch is always messing up. I'm tired of this. I couldn't go live when I wanted to go live. Just be positive about it. And if you see someone else going crazy, just be like, hey, I understand where it's going from. Do you guys know when you're going to go live? So I try to stay positive on social media, put myself out there. I join communities that are similar to mine. I spend times in those communities. Me and Loco have a stream team, and we built that stream team based off our communities being very similar. And those communities come over. And the cool thing is when she's offline, that community comes over to me. When I'm offline, the community goes over to her. And it just creates this nice circle. And then we invite others that are just like us. So don't be afraid to share the wealth. Because at the end of the day, that's what this platform is. Right. I hate the fact that a lot of people treat it as a rat race and who's going to be better and stuff. Because to be honest with you, some people may like the way I stream, may not like the way TK stream. And like the way TK stream, definitely don't like the way I stream, you know? But at the end of the day, me and him still do dual streams. You know, and those people will get to know me on that basis, even if we're from two different, backgrounds when it comes to streaming, fighting games versus variety storytelling games or whatever.
Yeah, but like what that takeaway from that is no one's stealing your viewers. So, you'll even if you're sharing your community with someone else, they'll watch you because they want to watch you, but no one's getting online and just actually taking your viewer, like, oh, I'm only streaming to make sure he doesn't get viewers. Like, that's not a thing. So,
one thing I was gonna say is that viewers are people. Like, people are watching you. So when people are like, you're taking, I dealt with that a lot when I first started. Like, I was in the Resident Evil community for a while, and there was a thing where people thought I was taking people's viewers, and so that kind of thing does not. People are gonna watch who they want to watch. Like, if I'm entertaining and someone's watching me, they're not gonna never show up again. It's their decision. So I don't think that's
so basically just meld your communities, find ways to expose yourself, find equal.
And we have like 10 minutes left, so this
we're
is
gonna
very,
speed
very
it up.
simple. It's a very simple and shameless plug. I have a meet and greet tomorrow at 7. So if you have any questions that you didn't get answered here, all right, see, that's exposure right there. Okay, so if you got any questions that you didn't get answered or anything like that, please come through. I mean, I think most of my community is not here, so my line's probably going to be extra small. It's fine, still a meet and greet.
I think Loco has a meet and greet. All right.
No, I just want to say I appreciate it for everything you guys do.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you guys for coming, by the way.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You sure?
Me or back there?
Let's just make the line go. We're gonna make it go fast. Go.
Is there any resources available online anywhere for streamers that want to get started? Oh, and I'm Skilmore 26, by the way.
You're still running that Streamer Square thing, right?
Yes.
On that undisclosed platform. You should definitely check that out, Streamer Square.
Shameless plug. I own a website called streamersquare.com, and there's a lot of information for streamers. I own it and run it, and there's a lot of contributors to it as well. So if you're looking for more advice, check it out, Streamer Square.
All right.
How's it going? Punk
Hello.
Nova, Mohawk. 2 quick questions. First one should be fast. Like on Twitter, how do you recommend getting out, getting exposure? Like you said, because all my tweets just go to people who already follow me.
All right.
Like hashtags, tagging people.
Follow.
GIFs. I love GIFs.
And-
Or GIFs,
Yeah.
however you say it. I love them.
Interact with other people, interact with your favorite streamers or companies, respond to their tweets. It's don't just look at it as a one-way platform. You should be following people that you want to talk to and respond to their tweets, and people will notice you and click you, and I think that's one of the best ways. I think GIFs, the master of GIFs,
calls them
and I say GIFs,
Peanut
yes,
butter?
Team GIFs right here.
Peanut butter.
But seriously, I'll say GIFs because that's how I say it. But they do go a long way. Like, a lot of my tweet and my following has come for me making jokes from GIFs or streaming related stuff with GIFs, because I feel like it visually tries to show what you're talking about. Or if it's you're going on live, on Twitch, you talk about it and you have a GIF that's funny. People are like, oh, that's really funny. I want to click that. So, interacting with people is really good too.
And a big thing to not do is do not do your going live tweets and
At people, don't do that.
But all those support streamers tweet things, those don't work. And
People
it
avoid
looks
them more than
messy.
anything.
When I see that, I'm just like, I
Yeah.
don't even know where to click on that link, first of all. And then it's it's a big mess. I don't know if it really works, but for me, and I'm sure a lot of people, if they see the long list of ats, they just they're kind of turned off by
Second
it.
question, real quick. When you're trying to find sponsors or whatever, what should I say? Because I went to undisclosed developer, and they were I was like, hey, I really like your games, and I love streaming your content, and I would love to be sponsored with you. And they were like, what do you want?
Yeah,
was
and
like,
that's the thing.
Maybe that's not the
I
right.
don't I don't
Sponsor.
know.
Might
You
not be
need
the
to
right
have-
sponsor or the right guy. Just find a
Yeah.
different guy at the
Fair.
booth.
Yeah.
But it's all,
That easy.
but it's not just that. You need to you should have a game plan. Like, what do you want? What do you want to do? Like, a lot of these companies, you know, they're like, okay, we can work with you, but how? Like, you know,
Well,
you
I
should
told
have
him
a game
exposure.
plan.
I said I just want some help with having people find me playing your awesome game.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so
that's not-
what can you give them? Like, are you
Right.
going to do a full
Fair.
Let's Play? Are you going to do? Is it on YouTube? Do you focus on one specific thing? Like, what difficulty? Like stuff like that.
Gotcha.
You know, just come to them with a plan of what you want to give them, and
Okay.
ask and tell them what you want.
Okay.
Guy in the
Somebody
back.
else go.
So, hi, I'm Fiber Raps, and so I hear people say that if you be yourself, people will be attracted to you. And while that's true, what happens when, say, you're streaming for consecutive weeks and you become stagnant? You know, you start like staying stale. And what would you suggest to break free from that issue and overcome that obstacle on your streaming
Well, that
career?
issue happens all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
it still happens for us too.
That's going to be a long
That's the thing.
It's going to always happen.
I would say like events, plan
Yeah.
unique events for your stream. You know, create something that people look forward to. You know, a couple weeks in advance. That's different.
Do you have a hobby that you like to do outside of streaming?
Just make music.
Music. Oh, that's great.
Dude, music stream.
Write a
do a
song.
music stream, dude.
How fast does it take you to write a song? Like just a blurb, 30 seconds.
Anywhere.
Song.
A
Not
thir-
long, right?
A song, right? Yeah.
Plan a song a week. Something new for an intro. How you gonna introduce yourself? Be different every week. How you open your stream up. That's a little caveat into being unique and different. I don't do that. We don't do that. I'd probably
I'd watch
watch
that.
that. So hopefully that helps. Okay. Oh man, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I love your work. I wanted to say, I used to stream a lot in 2014, and then when I started doing a lot more commentaries and hosting gigs in 2015, 2016, I got more regular. But then when I came back in 2017, there's like all these different things that people are doing on their streams that I had to start adding to my stream. And one of the things that I'm still trying to understand is when it comes to like Discord or Curse, you know, community servers, right?
He said
I'm staff. I work at Twitch. It's actually Discord's the official messaging app of TwitchCon 2017. Anyway, I just wanted to say, when it comes to Discords, right? Would you guys recommend follower-only Discords or sub-Discords? Because I see some people do sub-Discords, but at the same time, I see others that open it up.
Well,
to
I don't think
everybody.
follower only Discord. Well, I guess that would if you have a sub, they probably follow too. But
Yeah.
it really depends on like what you want to do with your. I have a sub only Discord, but I know there's some people who have.
Wait, you have only a sub only?
Yeah, it's only sub only. But I know people who have like a subscriber Discord that also has rooms for
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
just
how mine
followers.
is.
And
That's-
things like that.
yeah.
And like that's cool too. I've been thinking about doing that. It's just I'm kind of lazy as of late.
Yeah.
So, but I get around to making it.
I do the opposite. It's followers, and then I have locked rooms for subs,
Yeah, that's how mine.
so they can
Yeah.
interact outside. It's like a VIP lounge or something.
Yeah.
I literally said the same thing.
I mean, it depends on your community and what you want. Like, if you have thousands of subs, you know, if you open it up to followers too, is that too much? Like, I mean, for me, I open it up to everybody because, like, just the more the merrier, right? Like, in Discord and other services, they have ways of managing, you know, volumes of people. So, I mean, to me, I say the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, my man.
Am I next?
Yes.
All right, hi. My name is The Level Best, and I've been streaming since I was 14 years old.
How old are you now?
Now I'm 19 now. Be 20 next month. But now that I'm getting older, things like jobs and stuff like that takes up a lot of your time. And I'm assuming at some point in your streaming careers, it was a time when you were both streaming and working.
Still doing it.
So I just wanted to know what kind of tips you had for people who don't stream full time and want to, you know, squeeze in time to stream
Yeah.
while you work.
Well, I work a full-time job, 9 to 5, every single day, Monday through Friday, and I come and stream 7:30 to 2 a.m. in the morning. We talk about that sleep thing. I kind of don't get it. Working on it. There comes a time where you got to decide. You have to decide whether it's worth keep streaming, wanting to go for that full-time goal, or focus more on a career. And if you're more career-oriented, and you can still part-time stream, but it came a time recently that I had to make that decision. Am I happy? That's the number one thing I have to ask myself. Which one makes me more happy? I've done this for 3 years where I planned out my day where I do full-time work and then stream, but it's not healthy. And when it starts showing, that's when you decide. So I'm going to make the risk to take the leap first of the year. New Year's resolution, get out of that job and go where it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's important. I couldn't do it without a community. And I relayed that to the community. I was very honest with them, told them what I wanted to do. And they have supported me beyond belief. So hopefully you get to that point. You've been streaming a long time. You know jobs are coming up. I say go for that job right now. See which one makes you happier and which one can support you income-wise. Because at the end of the day, you have to eat.
True. Yeah.
Any input from anyone else?
Well, like I stream. Well, I stream part time pretty much. I stream for literally like maybe 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how I do it, but I do it right after work. So I have a full time job and I stream right after. So I don't want to be a full time streamer. Like I've done it before and I didn't enjoy it. I like having the aspect of like having work and then getting away from like I have to be entertaining all the time. But it kind of just depends on like yourself as a person if you want to do that. But like make your schedule, but don't feel like you have to stream for 6 or 7 hours to like make up for not doing it because of work. But it's kind of pretty much up to you. But it is possible to stream and have a full-time job.
And you may not be able to stream as much as a full-time streamer, but then find that off-stream time to work smart and grow your stream and do that off-stream stuff.
Right. We got to shotgun these last ones. It's actually 5:30.
Thank you so much.
No problem, buddy. Let's shotgun them. We'll try to give you a quick answer, and then we're going to end it.
What's up, guys? My name is Justin. TK, I'm a big fan of yours. Thanks for coming out. Right now, I work 9 to 5 also. In Tech Live, you were talking about stand-up desks. I was wondering if you could think that that would be a recommendation for someone that comes home from work and is having like energy issues.
Yes.
Usually when I come home from work at night, nighttime is the only time I can stream. And when I come home, just sitting in my desk is just like way too appealing to me.
Right.
I was
you
wondering
sit at work too?
Yeah, 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's probably good for you because
Yeah.
I sometimes stand during commentary for the same reason. Like I'm sitting all day, I might as well just stand up and get it out of the way. So.
It's worth it, 100%.
Okay. Is it easy to play games while you're...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's actually more comfortable. I feel myself standing more than sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
No problem.
Hey guys, my name's Turkey. Hi
Nice to meet you.
UGR. How you doing, man? You look good. So I'm an affiliate partner. I'm going for partnership and pushing really hard for it. And things that my community asks me, they start streaming things, and they ask me, man, I'm streaming, what game should I play? And I recently have been playing, I do my games randomly, and then my viewers vote on them. And I played A Bug's Life for the PS1 just recently. And my stream was loving it up. I was throwing berries. And I actually got a viewer off it. He came in, he said, dude, I love this game, man. I was waiting for someone to play it. And I said, wow, really? And so I think like a thing that focus on is not what you're playing, but like, because the person came in and he loved it, and he's actually a moderator in my stream now. So maybe if you guys can touch on like how you pick your games, or is it important, or is there a community for every game?
Yeah, that's a game we like. I mean, to paraphrase it, pretty much is we came for you. So, the games that you play, it has to be something that you like at the very least. And I hope you did like playing The Bug's Life, but
It was rough.
Yeah, it really comes down to that. It really comes down to that. You can play the games that are supposed to the one that brings like the viewers, such as the H1Z1s, the leagues, and stuff like that. But if you're not having fun, people can tell. So they really come for you.
Game selection is important, but it's unfortunately something that we can't cover in the next
we can't.
0 seconds that we have.
That's a whole different panel.
If you guys have any more questions, feel free to find us. I'm sure we're all like happy to help. I'll hang out outside here. I have some free time. So
gentlemen in the back, we're gonna answer it personally, but we gotta kind of wrap this up. But I would like to thank everyone for coming out. Thank you so very much.
Yeah,
DJ
thank you
Tech.
guys. Thank you very much.
We're gonna do a quick shout out. Right. So I'm DJ Tech Live. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch the same way. TK.
Yeah, everything's TK Breezy. Yeah.
Loco.
I'm Loco. Hello.
All right, and
UGR Gaming.
Thank you so much, guys. Hope we
Thank
helped.
you, guys.
Hey, guys.
Keep coming.
We got this. We got to make it down to the stage.